Bugger. Blues have dropped 2 points this afternoon after Mansfield have come from behind to earn a point, despite a dominant first half display. Win today would have taken us 5 points clear. Wrexham failed to win at Charlton, but Wycombe won well against Leyton Orient, so they now go second, 3 points behind us. But look, today's result is definitely not the end of the world. Despite some of the injuries we have, I thought the lineup still looked very strong, and honestly, that football we played in the first half, I thought was the best we've played all season. It was interesting to see Davis's flexibility with his tactics today. Starting Stansfield and Dykes was like an interesting type of Duke and Adams sort of partnership up front. And also visually, I thought we looked great in the black and red kit. We had 73% possession going into the break and deservedly took the lead 10 minutes in. Dykes battled well to get the ball quickly into Jay. Anderson got down that left-hand side, pulled it perfectly for Williamson. Lovely left-footed finish in off the post. That casual, relaxed sort of Dougarry feel that I was saying to Sam on the last match reaction was all very much on display there. You know, standing tall, staying composed, rolling it in. Deservedly 1-0 ahead. Still very possession based, of course, but the tempo was much quicker, pinging it about really well, not allowing Mansfield a moment's rest. I thought Anderson and Cochrane down that right hand side were causing loads of problems in that first half. He looked confident all game, actually, Anderson. I thought he had that right back's number. Obviously, Williamson was flying after the goal, trying little step overs and ball rolls. It was, you know, great to watch. And they were losing their heads, Mansfield. They had a few gobby players too. I didn't like their striker, that Evans. Definitely should have picked up a booking for his challenge on Allsop. He even looked to call the ref a wanker after he walked away, so honestly, God knows how he got away with that yellow. He had his socks rolled down though, so what do you expect? Reminds me of another certain cheat. Aaron Lewis too, he's a funny looking character, he is. That mullet and tash, honestly, it looked like it comes straight from the 80s.
Oh man, these aren't even the cool clothes from the 80s.
You know, it seemed as if we were starting to make up for some of those poor starts that we had at the start of the season. We were dealing well with crosses and set pieces, you know, all the small details that people were picking up on us. We're all seeming being dealt with, you know, within the Bolton game and the first half today. I thought we were going to murder them when we went a goal up. You know, they looked exhausted, Mansfield. Their passing was so loose. They couldn't chase anything down from the front as well because their fitness levels just wasn't up to the standards that we were. And I thought it was only a matter of time before we killed it off, you know, but just the chances just wouldn't hit the back of the net. Williamson had a huge chance to make it too. Keeper fucked it up royally, well overhit. Anderson lays him in and he just takes one too many touches and the keeper smothers him. He was on too as well. I thought for a second he might be off, but it was the player playing him on the left hand side. But he's got to take it first time, honestly. Iwata had a shot from the edge of the box. He sort of just slashed at it. Peck did the same a few minutes later. Wrong choice. He had options. He had another chance from distance actually just before half time. But that was probably the right option, you know. He just couldn't keep it down. Shame as well. He just needed to keep his head down, try and like arrow it into a corner. Dykes played a nice 1-2 with Williamson, but again, just fires over. He'll feel really disappointed with himself today, I'm sure of that. What with the open goal as well. I mean, we'll get to that. But he needs a goal to get himself going. I don't think he even played that badly today. You know, it's the target man up front. I thought he did that job well. You know, it's just his finishing today that was just poor. He just can't seem to find the back of the net. But I'm sure, like, with the way that this team is and the way we are as fans as well, you know, as soon as he gets the first goal, I'm sure we'll see more from him. I hope at least. I mean, I remember saying that about Hogan last season when he scored against Plymouth at home and he never scored for us again. I mean, the ref had a bad game, though. Oh, he was piss poor on some of the fouls. There's so many that went in on us today that were just blatant fouls. There was the one that was on Allsop. Williamson got fouled by Cargill early in the first half. He just swept straight through him. No yellow. I mean, it did look like he was going for the ball, but still, it's a definite yellow, no matter how early on in the game it is, you know what I mean? And then Iwata was booked for, you know, simple coming together. I just think that the ref panicked on that one, really. I thought maybe he just thought it was worse than it was. But again, if you're going to book him for that, then why not Cargill? You know, like that was pretty much the exact same. Yeah, and also Anderson got one of the defender's arse in the corner towards the end of the first half. Wins the ball back, and then the defender jumps over the top of him, and the ref gives a free kick to Mansfield. I was like, I mean, they had a number 9 at centre-back, so that should just be an immediate yellow card anyway. Bloody 9s in defence, honestly. It's like a Runa Kone wearing a number 2. But really, like, it's what Mansfield did well to swing the game in their favour, because riling us up was kind of a way for them to get us to play a different way, and though it didn't happen in the first half, it definitely did in the second. And that half was like watching Blues of old, that was. All the dominance that we had in the first half was just gone. Mansfield made a few changes at the break and they made us pay for those missed chances, I tell you. Like, you know, even in the second half as well, before the equaliser. Anderson did well to beat Akins down that right-hand side. He found Williamson, who just couldn't get his feet under control and get the pass off. Paik had another chance to get a shot off, but this time he sort of faked to shoot, and then his shot was eventually blocked. I don't know, maybe because it was just on his weaker foot or something, but you definitely just need to get the shot off, really. And then the sucker punch came. There was a huge shout for a penalty just before the goal. Clara took the player down on his right-hand side. I had my head in my hands. I thought that's definitely a penalty, but fortunately it was only a free kick. But I had my head in my hands a couple of seconds later when Lee Gregory's free kick goes straight past the wall into the back of the net. 1-1, big kick in the teeth that was, but creators of our own downfall for that one. You know, moments after the equaliser, Anderson straight through, can't quite get enough to put it past the keeper, sort of a bit of a scramble again, drops for Dykes, sort of counterclockwise spins, right foot, and spoons it past the post. Honestly, that really annoyed me, that did. There's a right cock up from everyone else as well. Honestly, like Flint hits his own post and then Dykes has an empty net and punts it wide. It's just, I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I mean, he's just simply got a score there. Allsop was called to make 2 big saves. Both identical chances for McLaughlin. Gets in on that back post twice. First one was a simple palm away for Allsop. Second one, he had to tip out the top corner. I mean, like, we're really under the cosh at that point. That Evans had a huge chance as well. Clean through, just didn't pull the trigger in time. Managed to scramble it clear after that. It was a big let off. Actually, that's something that annoyed me I've forgotten about. The bloody EFL feed kept cutting to, like, random shots of the bench all game. They were still showing a replay when Evans was in. I was like, can we not just see the fucking game? Like, honestly. Usually I'd say it was Blues TV, but it wasn't today. They were using the EFL feed. To be fair, Blues TV's gone pretty decent lately. I mean, I don't get to see much of it usually because I'm often at the games. We're going to miss a few more away games too this season. Actually, it's depressing, honestly. I might start doing some watch-alongs soon, but also at the same time, I also don't want to get in the way of Brummy Joe as well because he's doing some too. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. May came on for Stansfield. I thought Jay worked hard as usual. He won a lot from deep and obviously was involved in the goal. But he just kept getting the ball stuck under his feet today. I don't know whether it's maybe because he's just feeling a bit from that knock still. But Davis definitely didn't want to risk anything and he hooked him straight off. Perfect like-for-like sub though, to be fair. But yeah, that was pretty much it then after that. And, yeah, frustrating end to the game. They just turned the game around in the second half and we just didn't have the answers for it, which is a bit frustrating to see, really, considering how well we've played sometimes this season. Considering how well we've played this season. It's one just to learn from, I think, really. It's just like one of those irritating days where things don't go your way. But again, like I said, not the end of the world. We've got the Fulham Academy next at home in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. That's on Tuesday night. I'm not going to that game, rather, unfortunately. I don't know. I haven't got much money at the moment, I've got to be honest. Then we've got FA Cup game against Sutton. Again, not going to that one. Fuck, honestly, this vlog is going to fall apart. Then we've got Northampton. We are going to that one, of course. We've got season tickets for that. Still got plenty more content to come. We're bringing back the podcast sometime soon. I mean, I know for people who do enjoy the podcast, it has been a while now, to be honest. But it's been a weird few months, really. So I'm mostly just starting to get things back together. So, yeah, after the Northampton vlog, everything should be back in the full swing, really. But, yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below for what you think as well from the game today. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Keep right on.